gang, what's up? Your pal Brady here from Monkey Edge, and we are here enjoying a fine beverage. The man to my left here is Mr. Brian Fellhoelter, knife maker extraordinaire, who was buzzing through town, so we shanghaied him, gave him some scotch and an electric nicotine delivery device.
There you go. We'll go with that.
He was totally good to go. So I guess start with the big thing, man. Like, what's up? Lately you've had a lot. There's been a lot of buzz, not just in the knife world about what's going on with Fellhoelter, but also in the ever-growing pen world, kind of getting outside of our circle a little bit, right?
Yeah, pens have really been. I don't want to say the big push the last couple of months, but I've had a big obligation to fulfill a large order, so there've been a lot of my time has gone to the pens, and they're proving to be a quite popular item. So.
Oh, that's good. Like we've talked about offline here. I always think it's great when there are other avenues to expose. Obviously the knife enthusiasts and probably the guys that are watching this video know who you are and know your work. But stuff like the pens is a great chance to get the name, and not just your name, but also kind of make folks more aware of the custom knife and handcrafted world. So that project going off like it did with going crazy on Kickstarter, not just bred a whole bunch more potential Fellhoelter customers, but potential just custom knife customers.
Yes. Yeah.
Made them aware of a whole new world that they might have not known existed.
Yeah, well, the pen market is just exponentially larger than the knife market. I mean, we all know that the knife market. I couldn't begin to estimate how many millions or billions of dollars there are in the knife market. But whatever it is, you could probably take it and multiply it times 10 or maybe even 100 for pens. Everybody uses a pen. Everybody uses a knife too. But the pen is ubiquitous, and everybody's got a pen. And there's a lot more collectors of pens and things like that. So it casts that net a little bit wider.
Yeah. And I guess why don't we kind of let the cat out of the bag? I mean, obviously it's kind of maybe got a little sneak previews of it the past few days or something on Monkey Edge, and then also there's been talk online about it, about where the Frikky project came from, and then specifically what inspired it to come about first of all, and then we can kind of get into a little bit more about variations and in our version, etc.
Gotcha. Well, the actual inspiration for the Frikky that I came up with, this one is still my first one, was I don't remember who it was, but friction folders were starting to pop up more and more regularly online, and I was seeing more and more pictures and more things with people making friction folders, and they all have this thing hanging off the end. So I remember telling somebody, I don't remember who it was, Warren Thomas maybe, like, dude, what the hell? Why does that thing open a beer?
Because it oughta.
Right, you've got this big dong hanging off the end of your knife. Make it do something. Why doesn't it open a beer? And 3 or 4 different people told me, oh, it just doesn't work out. The geometry doesn't work out. It doesn't work, or I'd already do it. So, like 2 days later, I had it drawn up and made the first one to, like, look, see, there it is. It was really, I never expected it to be a popular item or anything even that would sell a bunch of. It was really kind of just well, if you guys are doing this, make it do something useful.
Pick your teeth, something,
anything,
stick it in a screwdriver or whatever.
I've been thinking about making like golf divot tools and stuff like that, but the bottle opener that's on it was really kind of just
And just to bring you guys up to speed, anybody that doesn't quite the word friction folder is literally just what it sounds like. It's a lot of jurisdictions have rules against knives that lock back, that lock in the open position. A friction folder is a real just simple streamlined design where it's literally the friction of the scales with the pivot that's holding the knife open, and then you use this, I think the technical term was dong.
Yeah, well, right? I think I always said dildo or something along those lines, but that didn't really seem proper for video.
And then literally, in use, your finger pressure on the back holding the dong is what's keeping the thing open.
I'm sure there is a technical term.
In addition, you obviously, built the utility of the bottle opener.
The friction keeps it closed. The amount of tension you keep on the pivot is what keeps it from just sliding open and flying around when it's in the state that it's in now. And when you open it up, it spins around until it hits a stop pin in there. And it doesn't want to automatically close because your hand is there and you're holding that arm or lever or whatever's there. It sticks back, and it's back far enough to where your thumb is now on top of it. So
You know,
it keeps it from going. You can, of course, physically overpower it because it's not a mechanical lock, but you're not really ever putting a lot of pressure on the back of a knife anyway, so you're...
Yeah, and this is, you know, also...
And a lot of places, like Brady mentioned, especially a lot of places in Europe and stuff, they're really not allowed to carry anything with any kind of lock. No fixed blades, no locking folders, anything along those lines. So that leaves you with slip joints and friction folders. So this is just one way of making sure you've got a useful tool in your pocket.
And pending whatever shakes out with the TSA shindig on weapons, this would...
This one won't.
No?
This one will not. I have to make it much stabbier and more dangerous for it to work. The TSA.
Oh, because of blade width.
The TSA's got a 1/2 inch maximum width rule.
Oh,
so this is too wide. Since it's so stubby and you can't possibly stab anybody with it, that makes it illegal. Man, so I have to make it longer and skinnier so that it will be stabbier.
Straight shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that it'll be stabbier, and then it'll be okay to take on.
Good. Then everybody should have that. So.
First thing I thought too was, oh boy, man, finally we call this thing the TSA knife. And then, oh no, 1/2 inch, it won't work. So I've designed up another one that will be TSA friendly.
But by then the rules probably will change.
Right, that's the whole thing. I want to see them. It was supposed to kick in today, and it didn't. I've got my little Swiss Army knife out there in the car because I'm traveling on an airplane tomorrow. Well, it's supposed to kick in tomorrow, and they've put it on hold. So we'll see how that whole thing shakes out. And if it does, and they stick with their main rules, I've got another thing in mind for a little friction folder that will be,
you know, so
friendly for TSA.
You started doing these a little bit, you know, in kind of lower volumes, and they really took off, I think, beyond even what you thought that they would initially, right? And so now you kind of kicked it up a notch or two, and you're doing several variations. But since we're here, let's talk about art variations.
There's several variations now. Well, I did two special ones for Brady, and there's something even newer. Brady's got green and black, all with Frag grips, and historically these have never had a pocket clip on them. Oh, this one's really oily. They've never had a pocket clip. I carry mine when I'm wearing blue jeans or something. They fit real good in the coin pocket on your blue jeans. But we came up with a pocket clip for them. And with the pocket clip, all you do is take two of the screws out that hold the knife together, and put the pocket clip on there, and it replaces those two screws, and now you've got a pocket clip, so you can carry it in your front pocket. You can still carry it in that coin pocket if you want, but a lot of people really want pocket clips, so we came up with a way to do them.
So basically, the Monkey Edge version will come with, you know, with our exclusive Frag pattern. Brian was cool enough to you know, we had talked about these a while ago, and he called and said, hey, do you want to do something on the Frikkies? And I said, hey, can you frag them? And he said, yeah, and don't see why not. And
I actually think they're really cool.
Yeah, I think they turned out bitchin'.
I really like them.
You know, got both the Fellhoelter logo and the Mighty Monkey logo there, and we offered in green and black to accessorize to your taste. The pocket clip wasn't part of the original design, so it's going to actually be offered separately as a quote-unquote upgrade. And I didn't bring one down with me, but it comes in a little kit with the proper size Torx driver and the extended link screws. So, you know, if the pocket clip's not your thing, you can order up the knife by itself. Pocket clip costs you a few extra bucks if you want to add it there to, you know, to kind of increase your carry utility, if you will. You know, I've been carrying one of the early protos that Brian sent me, just tossing it in my pocket, and I found myself using it a lot just for stuff that, you know, we're knife guys, right? So nobody carries just one knife here. But I find myself just taking this little guy all the time out and, you know, rip open a box or, you know, a piece of mail or something like that.
They're so small and they're so light, you don't even realize it's there in your pocket.
Yeah,
I mean, the whole thing's only a 1/4 inch thick.
Yeah, so it's very
easy. It's smaller than a lighter in your pocket, and it weighs, I don't remember what they weigh, but it's only just a few grams. The whole thing, you know, they just drop right in your pocket. You don't even realize it's there.
So it's nice, unobtrusive, you know, adds a ton of utility in a really small package, and it's just cool to see something, you know, yet another cool, innovative little tool, you know, that all of us guys kind of geek out on and kind of have all the time. Like I said, nobody around here carries just one knife. So
that's kind of my thing. Everybody, I guess I'm kind of known as a knife maker, but I'm really a tool maker. I'm just a thing geek.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like we all are,
I like to make stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just knives. So people are like, why are you making pens? well, I like to make stuff, and I really needed a cool pen, so I made a pen.
Yeah.
And everybody said, make me one, make me one, make me one. Well, then it snowballs.
Kind of evolves into
yeah,
that.
there's the whistles. I mean, you've had some of the whistles that
Oh, yeah, yeah.
All these little things, they're just...
Everybody around here has hid my whistle because they get tired of hearing the damn thing. But
I like making stuff, so I make stuff.
So these will be available soon, or depending on when you watch this, very soon on the Monkey Edge site. And
Either soon or they're already gone if you watched it too late.
yeah, yeah. Or you can send us an email and say, hey, I want one, and they're probably gone. But hey, we sweat them as hard as we can to get as many. We turn the screws to get as many as we can. So
Yeah.
Also, you know, I don't know what else you're you know, there's also a couple other things going on too, right? That since we got you here, might as well pump you for more information. Do you, what other projects are kind of coming up here?
Right now is the pens, these, my normal knife fare, so to speak. This year's a little bit of a changing year for me, so to speak, and my wife's due to give birth to another child next month. So since I've had to rearrange my knife show schedules and things like that because of, you know, babies being born, it's given me more time to work on some of the other gadgets and tools. So there's friction folders, there's pens, I'm working on a pencil, I've got a flashlight design in mind. My grinders, there's a whole bunch of grinders, there's parts coming off of the line to start spitting those out, and then back into knives. And
what about collaboration project?
Collaboration projects, yeah, I've got one going right now with Bob Terzuola.
Thank you. See, I was trying to. You know,
see, he was leading me there, but I ain't sharp enough to catch it.
This is the Tonight Show. We already would have cut to commercial. All right, now I guess I should have been more direct. Tell us about the collaboration with Bob. With the and if you don't know who Bob Terzuola is, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, turn off the video.
You should hit pause on this video and go Google the name and find out about the man, the myth, the legend, who's in many ways responsible for the quote-unquote tactical knife.
Bob's directly responsible for me. I always thought about making knives and always knew that I would eventually make a knife, but I collected materials and stuff to do it for literally like 20 years. And finally one day, Christmas of 2005, my wife came home at Christmas and gave me Bob's book. Bob wrote a book.
Oh yeah, yeah, I got it.
The Tactical Folding Knife, and she gave me this book. Well, you've always been talking about making knives, so here's the book, blah, blah, blah. Read through the book again, read through the book again, read through the book again. Now it's the day after Christmas, and I went out to the shop and started making stuff, and about a week later I had my first knife, and a day after that I had orders for knives, and it's just, the whole thing's kind of snowballed from there. Is how I ended up even getting to where I'm at now. And then at the East Coast show in November, Bob approached me. Bob and I made friends with Bob right away when I started making knives, and Bob approached me at the East Coast show in November and asked if I'd like to do a collaboration with him. He's interested.
And you thought for what, like a nanosecond?
Right.
Yeah. Right. You pondered it.
Right. Yeah. I had to hesitate. You know, he's never made a flipper. It turns out I didn't know, but Bob, you know, one of the fathers of the tactical knife movement, so to speak, has never made a flipper. And I'm not known for flippers, or particularly made a lot of them. But he decided he would like to make a flipper with me. So Bob and I are working on those right now. I just sent him. I did a big portion of my share of the work and sent them off to him just yesterday. So,
you know, we're just super stoked at Monkey Edge to be working with Brian, and thrilled to have. I guess this is our second project. We did a run of the tie.
You got those whistle poppers.
The tie popper whistles, which everybody around here loved at first and then hated when they kept going on. But
I still get 2 or 3 emails a week about people wanting more of those, man.
So we're stoked to have the project. We're excited to be working with Brian, and stay tuned here for whatever's latest and greatest. He's not quite close to us, but a little bit more than a hop, skip, and a jump. So we see enough of them that we'll try to give you the lowdown whenever we can. Hey, thanks for tuning in. This is Brady from Monkey Edge, along with knife maker extraordinaire Brian Fellhoelter. Talk to you soon. See ya.
See ya.